Hey guys, what's up? Nice Flash here, back with another video, and today I'm going to start another coding tutorial. Um, and basically, we're going to be creating a snake game. In the last video, if you guys remember, we created a form. It was really simple and easy. It didn't do much. You can just type in your first name, last name, and your email. You could click submit. You could submit the information. It wouldn't save it anywhere, so I didn't know exactly how to make so that I can save. I'm still trying to learn how. And then we also made it so that you could reset. So if you say you thought you made a mistake anywhere, or you just typed in the wrong stuff, you can just click a reset button. But today we're going to create a snake game, and so this is what it'll look like. There'll be a little box here. I just added this here so that the user knows that how to go, like how to move around. But basically, the orange is the food, the red is the snake head. If I were to go up, left, down, you can see. If I press up arrow, I go up. Left arrow go down. Left down arrow go down. Right arrow go up. And if I were to eat a food, you saw that first of all I got an extra part of my snake. Snake got longer, and the food went into a different place. If I do it again, now you can see I got a little bit faster. I made it so that if the score is more than 2, then I change the speed, and I also have it so that if I were to, okay, I died already. But anyways, if there was supposed to be a game over thing, there's just something wrong with Safari. I'm not sure. I got tested in Chrome. Anyways, if I were to, my score to be higher than 5, then it would go really fast. But anyways, that's literally it. There's a lot of functions, so that's why I'm not going to cram it all into one video. But let's get started. So, I've already created all the files for this. You're gonna have an index.html file, a JavaScript file. You can name it whatever you want. I call it snakegame.js. The actual game will be made using JavaScript and styles.css file. So I didn't want to bore you guys with the HTML because I always do that. Anyways, you're gonna write doc.type HTML. You create HTML tag. Language is gonna be language is gonna be English. In the head tag, I just made the title snake game tutorial. I linked the styles.css file here. Then in the body tag, I said I'll get to canvas. So give me 1 second. I said I'll link whenever you link a JavaScript file, you want to use script, and then I just created a paragraph here using the p tag. It wasn't really a paragraph. I leave it some text to show how to play the game, the controls. But the canvas in HTML creates basically an empty box, as you saw here. If I still have it open, you see this is the canvas, the black box. I'm just gonna read the page. This is the black box. Sorry. I changed it's gonna be white by default, but I made it so that it's black, and you can see there's a little bit of shadow there just to make it look a little bit more 3D. Well, I'll also show you how to do that. I made the canvas size 400 by 400, so 400 width, 400 height, and I gave it an ID of game. This is going to be important at the start using the snake game JavaScript file. But anyways, I just want you guys to copy all of this down. I'll give you guys a second. You can add whatever you want if you want to add images or anything like that. I'm going to give you guys a second. Okay, so now that you guys have done that, we're going to move on to the styles, .css file. Basically, you're going to have body. For the body, the margin is going to be 0 pixels. Whoopsie daisy. Did not mean to do that. Margin is going to be 0 pixels. The margin top is going to be 50 pixels. Is 50 pixels. The padding is 0 pixels. And the display, you're going to make it flex, and then you're going to make the flex direction I want it to be a column. So column. Then you're going to say justify content center and align items center. Center align items is going to be in the center. Then there's going to be one more thing for the canvas. I showed you guys that there's a little bit of shadow there. I'll show you guys again. You can see there's a little bit of a shadow to make it look more 3D. We're just going to add that. And we're going to make so that's a black shadow, obviously. So basically, you're going to say black. So you're going to, sorry, not that. Box shadow, that's what we're going to use first. Then you're going to say black Then you're gonna say it's gonna be 20 pixels by 10 pixels by 50 pixels. Alright. So that's gonna be it for the that file, for the styles.css file. But now we're gonna actually get started with the actual game. So we're gonna create a variable, a constant variable called canvas, and basically canvas, we're gonna say that it's gonna, from the index.html file, you're gonna say document dot get element by ID. No, it came up there. I'm gonna say game. If you guys remember, I showed you guys. Wait 1 second. In the index.html for the canvas, I gave an ID of game. You're just gonna get the game ID, and then we're gonna make another constant variable called ctx, and this is just gonna, we're gonna say that you want the canvas to get the context, to get context. Basically, we're just gonna make it so as 2D, because we don't want it to be 3D game. We want it to be 2D. Sorry about the noise in the background. Then we're gonna say that, so whenever the snake, so I want to create like a kind of like a parent class. If you guys don't know what a parent class is in coding, sorry. It's basically like, it's the base class for many different things, and you can make like something like child classes and objects from that parent class. So we're gonna say class is, we're gonna name it snake part. This is so that this is going to be for the extra parts that are going to be added to the snake whenever you eat food. So we just wanted to have these properties. So we're going to give a constructor. Outside of that, we're just going to give an x and y property. Then we're going to say this dot x is equal to x, and this dot y is equal to y. There you go. Okay, so that's going to be it for that. Then we're going to declare all our different variables. So I'm going to let the speed default be 7, which is pretty slow. Then let the tile count, I'll explain more about this when we get to using it, is equal to 20. Then I'm going to let the tile size, I'll also explain this when I get to using it, is going to equal to the canvas width, which is 400 dot width, divided by the tile count minus 2. I'll get more to this when I actually start using it. But we're also going to let the head x equal to 10. This is going to be where the snake head's going to be placed, basically. Sorry, where it's going to be placed. So let head y equal to 10. And then we're going to make an array for the snake parts. This will be so that if it gets longer, when the snake gets longer and all that, snake parts is going to be an array, so just go to that. And then we're going to let the tail length be 2. Basically, the tail length is just the extra, as you saw at the start, when I pressed the up arrow, or even the right or left arrow, you saw at the start before eating anything, there was 2 extra squares following, there's 2 extra parts of the tail following me. That's all that is. Then we're going to set the food variables. Let food x equal to 5. Let the food y equal to 5 as well. Then we're going to set the velocity. So let x velocity, so this is going to be if it's going up or down, equal to 0. Let y velocity equal to 0, not equal to 0. Then we're just gonna assign a score variable. Score is equal to 0, because at the start we obviously want the score to be 0. Okay, so then we're gonna start the draw function. So I'm gonna say function draw Games is obviously going to display the game. And within this, we're going to have a bunch of other functions that are going to be run to draw the game. So throughout the tutorial parts, I'm going to show you guys what's going to be in each and how to create the different functions. But so change snake position is going to be a function so that the snake head changes direction whenever any of the arrows are pressed. Then we're gonna say then there's also obviously going to be a game over function. We're going to say let result equal to whatever the game over is game over. So function. I'll explain this. Just give me 1 second. So if result and then return. So basically what this is doing is that, say if the is game over is false, which means the game isn't over, then it's gonna run this and it's gonna return the whatever the state is for game over. If it's true, then it'll update this and return the true value, and then they'll run the game over function basically. So after that, we're also gonna have a clear screen function. This is just gonna clear the screen. Oh, don't want to do that. Then we're gonna have a draw snake function. This is gonna obviously draw the snake, snake. And then there's gonna be a check food, check food collision function. What this function is gonna do is if the snake is touching the food, then it'll update the score +1, and it'll it'll make the position of the food in a random place. Then we have the draw food function and the draw score function. Draw food will just draw the food, obviously, and the draw score function will show the score. So now, if you guys remember, I told you guys that if the score was more than 2, the speed will increase, and if the score is more than 5, the speed will also increase. We're gonna do that right now. I say if the score is greater than 2, not there, then score. So the speed will equal to 11. You can set this to whatever you want. This is just going to add an extra challenge. Then we're also going to say if the score is greater than 5, then speed is going to equal to 15. Alright. Then there's going to be another thing. This is going to be a timeout. So set the timeout. What this will do is basically I'll just set a timeout so that it won't immediately start the game basically. So draw game, and then we're gonna say 1000 divided by the speed. I'll try and explain this one clearly in the next one. I just need to review this a little bit. But anyways, so then I was gonna create the game over function, but I kind of want to leave that for last. So instead of doing that, what's gonna happen is I'm going to draw the snake first. So actually, no, I'll clear the screen first because this will take like 2 seconds. So the function of clear screen, not within that. Here, give me a second. I'm trying to do that. Not within the screen. Basically, we're gonna say. So this will just, you saw that the canvas was black. So ctx.fill style is equal to, then single quotes black. Then we say ctx.fill rect. It's gonna be part x. The part.x. Sorry. Part.x multiplied by the tile count part.y multiplied by the tile count. Oh, where'd it go? Then it's gonna be tile size by tile size. So this will take whatever the tile size is and just make it that width and height, and the x and the whatever the part, the x and the y of the tile count. We're gonna multiply the part and the by the tile count. So after that's gonna be it for this part. After the clear screen, what do I want to do? Now we'll do this draw snake function. So function, this I'll probably just leave it at this after making the draw snake function. I'll explain things more clearly in the next video. So draw snake. So in the draw snake function, so there are many other functions, obviously. Some of them they're gonna tie to the draw snake function, but so basically we're gonna say that this is gonna be for when the new so whenever the snake eats the food, when the new square is added, the new part of the tail, it's gonna be a specific color. So I'm gonna make it green, just like you saw in the demonstration. ctx.fill style is equal to green, and then sorry. Then I'm gonna create a for loop. For let I equal to 0, I is less than snake parts, I plus. And then within that, let the part, so remember we have the part here, let the part equal to snake parts, then in I is not one I. Then we're gonna say ctx.fill rect part.x multiply the tile count. So let me just do this really quick. Part y multiply tile count and tile size and tile size. Okay. Then we're gonna say snake parts dot push. Then make a new snake part. So you remember the class we made, snake. I believe it was capital S. Snake part. Yep, it was a capital S. Whatever the head X is, and the head Y is. Alright. Then we're gonna get an if function. So basically what this if statement will do, it'll remove, it'll basically at so when you guys saw that you couldn't see the actual part, at the start, my head of the snake was just in the same place. But after I pressed up or down arrow, the two extra ones just appeared. What this if function will do, it'll shift the here. Let me just show you guys. So the tail length, it'll shift those two to so that it shows. It'll shift them back basically, so that it shows the actual length. The actual part of that tail. So I'm gonna say if the snake parts dot length is greater than the tail length, then we're gonna say snake parts dot shift. This will shift the two extra parts at the start, so that you can actually see them. Now we're gonna create the actual snake head. ctx.fill style. We're gonna make it equal to red. Then ctx.fill rect is gonna be the head X multiplied by the tile count, head Y multiplied by the tile count, tile size, and tile size. Okay, so that's gonna be it for that. I guess I can make another function here. I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna make it so that you can see the I'm gonna make a function so that you can see the score. So draw score. After the draw score, I'm gonna say, so we're gonna make text. So ctx that fill style is gonna be white. I want it to be white text. Then we're gonna say, instead of ctx, we're gonna say ctx.font is gonna equal to 50 pixels Verdana. You can make whatever, you can make the style whatever you want. I'm just gonna make a Verdana. That's what came to mind. Actually not 50 pixels, that's gonna be very big. I'm just gonna leave it as is. And then we're gonna say ctx.fill text. It's gonna be, in double quotations, score plus the score and the canvas dot width minus 50. This will place it in a specific place. Make this all here. Minus 50 and 10. So basically 10 is gonna be the y. The width is obviously the x. So minus 50. So it's gonna be at the the x coordinate will be 350 and the y will be 10. Okay. Then we'll do the change snake position function, change snake position, and just a little. So this is gonna be simple. So we're gonna say head x. What this function will do is just change the position of the snake head whenever it's moved in a different direction. So you go to head x plus the x velocity and head y. So you could do head y plus the y velocity. Okay, so that's going for that. Then we're just final one. Sorry if this has been going on for a while. Just the final function is going to be the draw food function. Not FOD, food. What this will do is we'll draw the food. So I'm gonna make the food orange. Fill, not rect. Fill style is gonna equal to orange, and the ctx.fill rect will be food x multiplied by the tile count food y. Food y multiplied by the tile count, the tile size, and the tile size. Boom. And then that's it. Actually, that's it for the these functions. So I think I'm gonna leave it at that. So let me just do a real quick recap. So what we did, we created the index.html file. We created I'm not gonna bore you guys with these. You guys know what this means. So we imported the snakegame.js file so that it displays on our website. We have made a canvas tag. ID was game. Width height is 400. Styles.css. Body margin was 0. Margin top was 50 pixels. Padding was 0 pixels. Display was specs. Flex direction was column. Justify content and align items was center. And then for the canvas, we made the box shadow black, 20 pixels by 10 pixels by 50 pixels. Then for the snake game.js file, so we started off by getting the element by ID game. So for the canvas, right there. Then we created and then we made it 2D. Created a class snake part, which basically is I guess like the base for the extra parts that will be added whenever the snake eats something. Created a structure, just made it have an x and y. We let the speed be 7. This is when we declare our variables. Let the tile count be 20. Tile size be canvas. Width divided by the tile count minus 2. I'll explain more about tile size and tile count in the next video. Head X, we made it 10. Head Y, made it 10. Made an array called snake parts, which will just be like the added snake parts to the snake. Tail length by default will be 2. This is when you moved around, you saw that there was 2 extra parts that appeared. That'll just be that. We're going to let the food X be 5, food Y be 5. The X velocity and Y velocity of the snake by default is 0. And the score is 0. Made a function called drawGame, which draws the game. I changed it. We're going to make more functions. First one is change snake definition. We made that, which just changes the position of the snake head whenever it's moved in a different direction. We created a variable called result. It'll equal to whatever the state is of game over. When I make the game over function, I'll explain more about that. Clear screen just makes the screen, make the canvas black. Draw snake, obviously draws the snake. Check the food, if the food is hit by if it collides with the snake. If it does, then add the score add the score by 1, sorry. And spawn the food in a different place, in a random place. Draw the food, draw the score. Then we said if the score is more than 2, change the speed to 11. The score is 5, change the speed to 15. We created a set timeout. I'll explain more about that in the next video. I kind of explained it in this video, but not much. Draw score, clear screen. You guys know what these functions do. I'll just skim over them a bit and slowly, so if you guys want, you can pause the video right here. You can see all the different ones here. But clear screen, the one that I want to get to is draw snake. So this just adds so that when the new square is added, whenever the snake eats food, it's green, and also adds it at the end. So you guys can see here, that's what this does. If the snake part is the length, the snake part is more than tail length. So you guys saw when you don't start, it's just the head of the snake. You can't see the extra 2 parts. Basically, when you press up or down, it'll shift those 2 parts at the back so you can actually see them. We're gonna make the head red, and this is just gonna be the position. Then you change the position. You guys know what that is. You just change it if the thing's going up, left, or down. Just change the way the head is going, and draw food. So that'll be it for this part, and I'll see you guys in the next part of this snake game. See ya.